The most dangerous threat to black women and black families in general is the simp. A simp is the kind of guy who you see hanging around women and basically nodding his head and agreeing with everything they say and saying everything that he thinks they want to hear. He's not really paying attention to her. He's not really even caring about her at all. This dude is trying to have sex, and he feels like the way to get sex is to just nod his head and pretend that he's rocking with everything this woman says, no matter if it's right or wrong or if it's gibberish. And the most important thing to pay attention to with a simp is that any man who tries to contradict what he's doing automatically gets attacked by this guy because he doesn't want his game to get exposed. You don't really see this guy that much out in the real world. They tend to play the shadows and play the back and talk when you're not around. But on social media, they spread like mold. These are the guys who keep a lot of that junk science I mentioned before in play. If a woman who claims to be a feminist shows up on social media and she has a lot of gibberish to say about black men or a lot of vicious things to say about black men in general, it's usually some guy who's a simp who shows up all of a sudden to co-sign everything she says, even though he doesn't really believe it. It's really fascinating. I mean, it's almost like politics. It's like these are people who say what they think you want to hear, and they think if they applaud everything that these women say, that they're going to be taken care of. But here's what's interesting. They really don't respect women's intelligence. And they really don't give women credit for being as intelligent as they are, because if they did, they would know that a lot of women know that these guys are full of shit, and they're just playing along with it because they just want to see how far they can go. Now, true enough, you have some women who rock with that, and you have some women who really fall into that stuff, but I think it's the duty of other sisters and black men to tell these women that these guys don't give a damn about them either. A good rule of thumb and a good rule to live by is that nobody likes a kiss ass, and everybody can tell one. So if you're trying to deal with women, or if you're trying to deal with men, whoever you're trying to deal with, it's better to just be who you are and stand on your square and admit who you are and deal with that so she can deal with that. And then she has the option to deal with you or not deal with you. But if you try to put on a fake persona and you try to be somebody you're not, it's gonna come out one way or the other. So you may as well be you. Everybody else is taken. Y'all be good.